Undead Unluck. This is Undead Unluck chapter 88. I also had this on the last page. 88, Swear by My Heart. Last we left off, Fuko had been dropping little touches of unluck onto Spring, and now her strategy for winning the Karuta game, the second of the 3 games that they've been playing this whole time, is in full effect. Over the Spring is like, unluck affects those who you love and them alone. So why does it working on me? I'm just an UMA.
Hey, nigga, we done told you like 12 fucking times. I love you.
I love you, man.
I love you, man. Yeah, bro.
Come on, man.
I love you.
I'm not gonna stop loving you.
Got nothing but love for you, broski.
Yeah, and Spring can't believe it. He's just like, absolute drivel. I'll make it
no way.
I'll make that abundantly clear. My next turn. And then over the course of the game, Fuko has just been one-sidedly like causing unluck incidents to happen to Spring.
Yo, she started wild and you were right.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's like once he gets charged up, that's it. It's like hang. Unlock. L.
Yeah, it's not great. He's basically like, both beings shall be bound to negate each other, so that the mortal world shall manage to keep going around. Yes, for those are the very things decreed by God. Or those are the rules. And Fuko's like, if those are the rules, then why are you in so much pain? And
Fuko must have fell in love with Dak Prescott last Sunday.
Yeah, that INT was definitely like her touching him before he left onto the field.
That last one, right?
Yeah, he was just like, don't touch me anymore.
Because he threw 2.
Oh, yeah. Fuko, why did you have to love me? Why do you have to be so kind-hearted? It's really funny. So now they're down to the last card. And Spring is like, there it is. That's the last card. But you know what? No matter what happens to me, no matter what unluck befalls me, I will keep my legs moving. And Fugo's like, I see. That card is meant for you. No, it's meant to kill the UMA bound by God that you've become with a stroke of unluck. And as Billy starts to read the final card, they both start to run at it. And the reading on the card that says, on a day in spring, those unbreakable teachings that I came to learn. Spring starts to have a flashback about how he wanted to play with the villagers way back in the day. And he's talking with the former Unbreakable about this. And he's like, I want to play with the humans, but everybody hates me. Everybody associates Spring with bad luck, it looks like, seeming as he's made a name for himself as the Blossom of Demon of Misfortune. So, you know, he's not having a good time. And Unbreakable's like, here's what we're going to do. Right now, Ito is thrown out of whack because of the Tobaku. So I'm going to stop it with my Unbreakable. And this bloodless siege of the capital will mark the start of a new chapter of Japan. Your cherry blossoms will also be there at the heart of it. And everyone far and wide will fall in love with Spring. And at that moment, we cut back to the present as Fuko touches the card and wins the game, basically. At that point, tears just start streaming down from Spring's face. He's like, oh, giant crying man.
It's actually really sad.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, he's genuinely very upset. And he's just like, whoa.
And then, like, look at Fuko, because she understands exactly what's happening.
Mm-hmm. He's like, no, I'm sorry. 'Twas God that took me over so that I would take you and then kill you. And then he, I guess, goes into his final form as God takes over him. And he's like, I shall not do it. I shall kill man no longer. And he begs Fuko to kill him. And so begins the grand finale as the chapter ends there. Wow.
RGC.
Whoa, RGC. Oh, jeez. My mouse is not working, but once it is, There you go.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Damn, this chapter was really good as far as subtleties within the art and the panels go. One was I thought that was kind of funny, but I thought about it a little bit more, and I thought it was actually kind of deep. I mean, if you go all the way back to page 1, there's these 2 panels, right, sandwiched between these larger ones of Andy and Billy, like standing next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
On the one on the right side, you got Andy kind of just like looking, because they look exactly the same, but in one of them, Andy's like looking at Billy, and in the next one, he just goes back to looking at Fuko. Now, this was right after this nigga just got zapped by a fucking bolt of lightning, and she won a card. Mm-hmm. Now, Billy was talking all that shit about, oh, what's her true strength, and et cetera, blah, 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 blah. I thought it was a nice touch that instead of Andy, like, trying to be like, oh, like, look at you now, like, I'm sure you respect her power, look at that. He didn't even say nothing, you know, he just stood quiet.
Yeah.
To let Billy kind of, like, watch it for himself. I don't know, I thought that was cool. And in these last panels, man, when it was showing Spring Sorrow, how God was forcing him into this conflict.
Mm-hmm.
I think that what I touched on it before about like what maybe like the bigger message of this series is going to be as far as what God represents. I think it's going to be. I can't even formulate like thoughts, man. I think that ending is going to be way deeper than we think.
Oh yeah.
This was a mostly lighthearted series that, you know, I guess taught certain lessons through empathy or whatever, and trying hard in friendship, etc. But I mean, look what he was saying. Hold on. It was God that had taken me over, so that I would take you and then kill you. Oh God, I shall not do it. I shall kill man no longer. I mean, that's pretty heavy stuff. For a manga, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Those aren't. To me, it comes off more than just him speaking of this character in this series, but more like him feeling like he's forced to do something he wish he didn't have to, because of, you know, this oppression, this ruler, whatever. My thoughts are kind of everywhere with this, but I can't wait to see how this series wraps up.
Yeah, I think.
At least this part of it with God.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what the overall like message of the series is. But I'm very curious. God is obviously not going to be just like man in the sky with a beard type God. I don't know. It'll be very interesting to see what the fuck he's doing. Like what is this whole thing even about? But I have been enjoying Undead Unluck quite a bit so far. It is it's really grown quite a bit. It's grown, you know, it's become like something more than when it started, which was just like a fun, creative battle manga, into probably a way deeper series than it has any right to be, honestly.